In 2016, the heads of the IPU and CERN signed a cooperation agreement that aims to promote initiatives for peace and intercultural dialogue, facilitate exchanges between the scientific community and parliamentarians, and raise parliamentarians' awareness of the importance of science for sustainable development. This was followed by the establishment of the IPU Science for Peace schools in 2017 to bridge the worlds of science and politics by initiating dialogue and to help create a community of parliamentary experts to address challenges together under the neutral umbrella of science. The first edition of the Science for Peace schools was launched jointly by the IPU and CERN and was held in Geneva in December 2022. 24 participants from all 6 geopolitical groups attended the first session of the IPU Science for Peace schools, including 21 parliamentary staff nominated by their national parliaments and 3 parliamentarians, the chair of the Working Group on Science and Technology, the president of the Committee on Middle East Questions, and a member of the board of the Forum of Young Parliamentarians. During the Science Diplomacy Week in May of 2023, the IPU and the International Centre for Interdisciplinary Science and Education signed a Memorandum of Understanding that aims to bridge the gap between the worlds of science and policy by facilitating exchanges between parliamentarians and the scientific community. This paved the way for the IPU and the ICISE to jointly launch the second edition of the Science for Peace schools, which was held in the form of a parliamentary meeting at the ICISE in September 2023 in Quy Nhon in Vietnam. 36 participants from all 6 geopolitical groups attended the Science for Peace parliamentary meeting. The meeting included parliamentarians, parliamentary staff, scientists, water experts, researchers and stakeholders from various sectors, as well as the UN Water Convention Secretariat. The participants engaged in constructive dialogue, knowledge exchange and partnership building with the view to developing effective strategies and policies. Participants included the heads of the IPU committees, namely the chair of the Working Group on Science and Technology and the president of the Committee on Middle East Questions, as the Science for Peace project is led by the 2 IPU bodies. The President of the Committee on Peace and International Security, the Vice Chair of the Committee on Sustainable Development, and the Vice Chair of the High-Level Advisory Group on Countering Terrorism and Violent Extremism were also present. This marked the first opportunity for the heads of the IPU governing bodies to meet and collaborate together, thus breaking the silos between the IPU committees and supporting the strategic objectives of the IPU 2022 to 2026 strategy. The objectives of the meeting encompass the first and fourth strategic objectives of the IPU strategy: building effective and empowered parliaments and catalysing collective parliamentary action. The target of the Science for Peace parliamentary meeting is to bring science and some of its collaboration and operational models closer to legislators tasked with solving regional problems on pivotal transboundary water issues. Working under the neutral umbrella of science, parliamentarians and parliamentary staff were offered capacity building and empowerment training on evidence-based decision making. All participants stayed together and were fully immersed in the daily life of the ICISE during the duration of their meeting. Discussions between parliamentarians and experts took place also during long walks in the gardens of the ICSE and other group social activities. Surrounded by nature and the spectacular views on the beach and the nearby mountains, they enjoyed a comfortable environment for discussions outside the busy and intense IPU assemblies. The participants attended 3 days of lectures, panel discussions and case studies on the theme of water security and insecurity, rebuilding peaceful coexistence with science. The curriculum was designed based on a human rights-based approach, ensuring a comprehensive understanding of the science of security and peace and the application of fundamental science supporting water security and insecurity for the promotion of peace. The overall objective of the meeting was to provide the parliamentarians and various stakeholders with an open and comfortable environment to foster collaboration and set up an international framework on water and to put a plan of action in place. The purpose of the parliamentary meeting was to build on the first report on the Science for Peace schools, serving as a reference for legislative best practices and model legislations on harnessing technologies for monitoring and exploring new water resources. The recommendations included urging accession to the UN Water Convention, establishing a parliamentary network on water, and a legislative database on water legislations in collaboration with the United Nations.